Control of bacteria. Control of microorganisms is essential in home industry as well as in medical fields. By controlling microorganisms, one can prevent and treat diseases. Spoilage of foods and other industrial products can be inhibited by controlling the microorganisms. As we know that the each and every type of the food items or other types of the products is spoiled by the infections of different types of the microbes, including the bacteria as well. There are various methods to control the microorganisms by to infestation of food materials as well as other biochemical agents. So, in first method is the physical methods. In this method, steam, dry heat, gas, and radiants are used to control the bacteria, as well as filtration can also be done. First of all, the sterilization process. The process in which we use physical agents to control bacteria or microorganisms is known as the sterilization process. The sterilization is destruction of all life forms. High temperature is usually used in microbiological labs for control of microbes. Both dry heat causes oxidation of chemical constituents of microbes and kill them. Moist heat are effective, causes coagulations of the protein and kill microbes. However, the difference in dry heat and moist heat is only one. Basically, in terms of the dry heat, when we use the dry heat conditions to sterilize the different surgical items or other items that are non-living, in which the microbes, infecting microbes, happen with the oxidation of the chemical constituents. Then, in case of the moist heat, the microbes causes the coagulation of the proteins. The microbes are killed by coagulating their or it's the proteins and kills. So, in this way, physical methods, by using the physical methods, the microorganisms can be controlled by using the dry heat as well as the moist heat. Certain electromagnetic radiations below 300 nanometer are also effective in killing of the microorganisms. Gamma rays are in general used for sterilization process. As we know that different types of the radiations are also uh, harmful, are the lethal for the breakdown of microbiological agents to disrupting the cell membranes as well as their genetic material. Heat-sensitive compounds like antibiotics, etc., can be sterilized by means of the membrane filters. Heat-sensitive antibiotics as well as hormones, all such type of the compounds that are the volatiles that may be degraded by using the moist heat or high temperature under in autoclave. To control this process, to control the degradation of the different types of the chemicals or the hormones or antibiotics, the such type of syringe filters are used. These syringe filters are consisted of or fitted with a membrane inside this, and in this process they are fixed on the syringe, and syringe is can be used for injecting of sterilized material to the questionable substances. The other method is the chemical methods. In this method, mode of action of different chemicals and physical agents of control, which is vary. The damage can result in malfunction of cell walls, cell membranes, enzymes, and the nucleic acids. For microbial control, one can use the antiseptics, disinfectants, and as well as the chemotherapeutic agents. First of all, the antiseptics, the chemicals or substances used on living tissues that inhibit the growth of microorganisms called the antiseptics. Generally, we use different types of the tinctures when we apply on the different types of the abrasives as well as cuts on our hand or the finger. The disinfectants, the important chemical agents used for disinfections are oxidizing and reducing agents. For example, halogens and phenols, hydrogen peroxide, potassium permanganate, alcohol, and formaldehyde inhibit the growth of vegetative cells and are used on non-living materials. The chemotherapeutic agents, in this method, the antibiotics work with a natural defense and stop the growth of bacteria and other microbes. These are sulfonamides, tetracycline, penicillin, etc. They destroy or inhibit the growth of microorganisms in living tissues. The microcidal effect is one that kills the microbes immediately. However, in case of the macrostatic, microbistatics inhibits the reproductive practices or the capacities of the cell and maintains the microbial population at the constant size. The third method is the immunization and the vaccination. This method is very useful when special type of the treatments against the viruses, just like that of the COVID-19 virus was immunized through the injection of different types of the vaccines. The methods of prevention and treatment that have been introduced to control microbial diseases are called the immunization or the vaccination. The term asepsis is a procedure to eliminate or reduce the possibility of infection. The chemotherapy and public health measures, etc. For example, the water purification, sewage disposal, and food preservation methods preservation are all utilized by using the immunization and the vaccination process. The antibiotics that we generally use are doctors recommend to control the bacterial infections within the bloodstream are usually we used as a medications. However, there are many beneficial effects of the antibiotics as well as the misuse of the antibiotics or that their lethal effects are also there for on the human body. The antibiotics is a Greek word, means that the anti against and bios means life. The antibiotics are the chemotherapeutic chemical substances which are used in treatment of infectious diseases. There are various sources of the antibiotics. Number one, the natural source of the antibiotics. In this case, the antibiotics are synthesized and secreted by certain bacteria, for example, the actinomycetes and the fungi. In case of the artificial sources of the antibiotics, nowadays, some antibiotics are synthesized in the laboratory. However, the origins are living cells. The precautions to take the antibiotics is to determine, first of all, the drug of choice. We must know its mode of actions, possibly adverse effects that causes different types of the diseases and some other metabolic functions. There is hazards. For example, the massive quantities of antibiotics are being prepared and used, which are followed by the widespread problems of drug resistance in microorganisms. This results in an increasing resistance against disease treatments. The misuse of antibiotics can be interact with the human metabolism and severe cases and can cause death of the human beings. The misuse of antibiotics such as the penicillin can cause allergic reactions. Similarly, streptomycin can affect auditory nerve, thus causing the deafness. Sometimes The tetracycline and its related compounds cause the permanent discoloration of teeth in young children. These are the misuses of the antibiotics, or another case, another words, we can say that these are the side effects of the antibiotics by the human being.